Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to become feline safety experts. We're going to uncover some of the hidden dangers that might just be hiding in plain sight in your home, so you can keep your furry little companion safe and sound.
So let's start with a really simple question that actually gets to the heart of everything. You see people give their dogs a little bite of this or that from the dinner table all the time. But with cats, it's a whole different story. Ever stop to wonder why?
And this quote pretty much nails it. It's all about how they joined our families. Dogs evolved right alongside us for thousands of years, and their bodies literally adapted to eat our leftovers. But cats? Well, cats kind of just showed up, took care of our pest problems, and domesticated themselves, all while sticking to their own very specific meal plan.
And that meal plan is defined by this super important term, obligate carnivore. Now this doesn't just mean your cat likes meat. It means they must have meat to survive. Their bodies can't create certain essential nutrients, like the amino acid taurine, on their own. They have to get it directly from animal tissue. It's non-negotiable.
So, that brings us right into our first section. Getting a handle on this fundamental biological difference is the key to understanding why so many things in our homes are a potential problem for cats. Let's just put it side by side to make it crystal clear. Your cat is basically a tiny, highly specialized hunter, an engine built to run on animal protein. Your dog, on the other hand, is an omnivore, a generalist, way more flexible in what they can eat. And that one core difference explains pretty much everything we're about to cover.
All right, let's head into the #1 danger zone in any house, the kitchen. I mean, it's full of delicious stuff for us, but for a cat, it can be a minefield of toxic treats. Things like onions, garlic, and chives, anything in that allium family, can actually damage a cat's red blood cells, which can lead to anemia. Grapes and raisins, they can cause sudden, acute kidney failure. Alcohol is, well, an obvious poison for them. And raw bread dough is a double whammy. It can expand in their stomach and produce alcohol as it ferments. Yikes. And of course, raw meat and eggs carry that risk of nasty bacteria like salmonella and E. coli.
And then there's the big one we all hear about, chocolate. The problem here are these substances called methylxanthines. You know them as theobromine and caffeine. A cat's metabolism just can't handle them, and it can wreak havoc on their nervous system and heart. And here's the golden rule to remember. The darker and more bitter the chocolate, the more dangerous it is.
And if you look at the actual science, it's pretty stark. This chart shows the median lethal dose, or LD50, and you can see the number is actually lower for cats than for dogs. That means it takes even less chocolate per pound of body weight to cause a fatal reaction in a cat.
But here's a totally wild little fun fact for you. It turns out cats don't even have the taste receptors for sweetness. It's a weird evolutionary quirk. So most of the time, they aren't even interested in chocolate or candy in the first place, which is kind of like a built-in safety feature.
This brings up another huge one, right? We've all seen it in cartoons, books, everywhere. That classic image of a happy little cat lapping up a saucer of milk. What's the deal with that?
Well, it's time for a myth-busting moment. The truth is, most adult cats are actually lactose intolerant. Just like some people, once they grow up, they lose the enzyme they need to properly digest the sugar in milk. So giving your cat a bowl of milk is really just a recipe for an upset stomach and a bad time for everyone involved.
Okay, get ready for a twist. Let's talk about the artificial sweetener xylitol. You hear about it all the time now. It's in gum, peanut butter, all sorts of things, and it is incredibly toxic to dogs. But what about cats? Well, the story gets a little strange here. So here's what happens. In dogs, xylitol tricks their body into releasing a massive, dangerous surge of insulin, which makes their blood sugar crash. It's a huge emergency. But what's fascinating is that a 2018 study found this just doesn't happen in cats. Even at high doses, their bodies didn't have that same catastrophic reaction.
But, and listen up, because this is a really, really big but, every single vet and poison control expert will tell you the same thing. Don't take chances. Just because one study showed this doesn't make it safe. The official, unanimous advice is to keep anything with xylitol far, far away from all of your pets. Period.
Okay, so we've thoroughly explored the kitchen, but the potential hazards don't stop there. Let's take a look around the rest of the house.
So many common houseplants can be a problem, but I want to put a huge spotlight on this one, lilies. Every part of the lily plant, the stem, the leaves, the pollen, even the water in the vase, is extremely fatal to cats, causing rapid kidney failure. Then you have our own medications, things like Tylenol or aspirin, which can be deadly.
And of course, the obvious ones. Household cleaners, antifreeze, and pesticides all need to be locked up tight.
You know, knowing the dangers is one thing, but knowing what to do if the worst happens is the other, equally important half of the battle. So let's talk about what to look for and exactly what to do.
The signs of poisoning can really be all over the map, but here are some of the most common red flags. Obvious things like vomiting or diarrhea, but also watch for sudden lethargy, a loss of appetite, pale gums, or anything really severe like seizures or trouble breathing.
Okay, if you even suspect your cat got into something they shouldn't have, you have to act fast. Step 1, call your vet or an emergency animal hospital immediately. Don't wait. Step 2, if you can, safely grab the container or a label of whatever you think they ate. And step 3, and this is critical, do not try to make your cat throw up unless a vet specifically tells you to. Some things can cause way more damage coming back up.
And here are 2 phone numbers that every single pet owner should have saved in their contacts. I mean it. If you want to, pause right now and put these in your phone. The ASPCA Animal Poison Control and the Pet Poison Helpline are available 24/7, and they can provide life-saving expert advice when you need it most.
All right, we've covered the dangers and the emergency plan. So let's wrap up with the positive stuff. Prevention. How can we make sure none of this ever happens? Let's go through a quick cat-proofing checklist.
Honestly, it all comes down to a few really simple habits. Keep human food and chemicals stored securely where a curious cat can't get to them. If you've got a particularly clever cat, you might even need child-proof locks on your cabinets. Try to keep them off the counters when you're cooking, and just make it a hard and fast rule for everyone in the house: we do not feed the cat table scraps.
And that really brings us to the final thought. For most of our cats, the space inside our walls is their entire universe. It's their whole world. So it's worth taking a minute to look at that world through their eyes and ask yourself, just how safe is it? Thanks so much for joining me.